People keep saying that Doug Ford is embarrassing us, us as in Canada, us as in Ontario in particular, and that he's lowering himself to Trump's level, and that is something that a politician representing us should not do. I think that is backwards, and I disagree, because there is something happening in this country that literally nobody in the media is talking about right now. Because the truth is, Trump does not respond to diplomacy or carefully worded statements that are coming from a podium. He responds to being hit back. Every leader who's ever tried to be the adult in the room has gotten rolled over on by Trump. And here's the part that I think people are respectfully missing about Ford. He's not a spokesman. Like, he's not a leader of our country having a tantrum. He's the premier of Ontario. He does not answer to Ottawa, and he's not in the negotiating room. And Carney, therefore, doesn't have to own a single word or action that he takes. And there's a lot to argue about what I just said, but think about it. That is leverage, okay? The one thing that we know Trump can't stand is being made to look small. And it's the exact thing that a prime minister or Carney structurally cannot do to him. It's just not safe. So if Carney says, Dr. Shit Pants or kiss my ass or whatever, it becomes Canada's official statement. And we can't afford that. But if Ford says it, it's just some guy from Ontario. And Trump has to sit there and fucking eat it, because what's he going to do? So there's two things that are going on. Trump gets embarrassed publicly, repeatedly. Keep it up, Ford. And then there's nobody at the negotiating table to retaliate against it. And meanwhile, Carney gets to stay clean, keeping the negotiating position intact, and he doesn't have to answer for the insult. That's the premier. They've got independence. He can do what he wants. And that only works because Carney is the opposite to Ford. He's stoic. He's quiet. He is, a former central bank governor who walked away from a deal that would have limited who Canada is allowed to do business with. And that's not weakness. That's somebody who's actually playing a longer game than what the immediate news cycle is just shoving down our throats. Now, look at who these two guys are. And this is the important part for Canadians. They are different parties, okay? They have opposite instinct. One is a populist who talks like a fucking drunkard at a hockey game, and the other is a technocrat banker who talks like he's, reading from a Bank of England report. In any, normal year, they'd be tearing strips off of each other. Instead, they're actually running two halves of the same strategy, and neither half works without the other. Ford without Carney is just noise, but Carney without Ford is a guy getting pushed around by a bully, So my point is that the lesson, I think, is that it's not that there's one right approach. It's that a progressive conservative and a liberal have somehow figured out how to work the same problem from the opposite end of the spectrum without needing to necessarily agree on anything first. Really, really, really think about that if you're a Canadian. And I just hope that this is one more step closer to a little bit more understanding of each other.